Hi everyone, and welcome back. Tom Slivick on TSPN's News for today, and the whole half hour is dedicated to the upcountry here in Amador County, and our representative on the Board of Supervisors, Ted Novelli, and he's not mine. I have Louis Boitano, but you know, I like all of them. Okay, now upcountry and for all of Amador County, Frank Bigelow is our state senator. Right?
Assembly.
No, I'm wrong.
Assembly person.
Okay, and the other is, we have a stand-in there. I've talked to him one time. But anyway, let's get the...
Mr. Berryhill, is that who you're referring to?
Right, nice guy.
Very nice guy.
And anyway, so we're going to have an election, I think, and then we're going to get our real senator, or one that we voted in.
Right.
All right, let's move on for a minute. Of course, I took us there. But the AB 350?
AB 350 by Frank Bigelow and Mr. Wolkowski. I hope I pronounced that right.
Is that Polish? Maybe I can say it.
I don't know. It's right there.
Wolkowski? Okay.
So this is a Forest Fire Prevention Act, AB 350, and it's for increase the size in the trees that we could take down in our forest. As you know as well as I do, we have many trees in our forest,
right.
A very large forest area. So if CAL FIRE and private property owners, et cetera, and the forest people, if they can increase that size in tree that they could take down.
So we kind of have a thing going is if a tree gets old enough, gets big enough, you can't cut it down. But
well, I'm not
we go
out
of our way to take the really little ones.
You can say that, Tom. I can't.
And we can, well, let's get rid of those little trees. Yeah. What are they good for?
So
anyway, like people, they're not like people, but we need the young trees to be around as well, right?
Right.
And I'm mischaracterizing it. There's lots of trees of all ages in the forest, but
and you know as well as I do, when you look out into the forest, many times you'll see a very nice looking large tree, and you'll have all these little trees trying to get out from underneath it, and they're not going up the proper way, and
good luck. It's all shade.
Right. So this bill will increase the stump diameter from 28 to 34 inches. So
from 28 to 34.
Yeah, and I think it's a good bill. I think it's a good bill.
Okay.
And
where's
I
that?
support.
Where's that in the process now?
I just seen it on the computer, I'd say maybe a couple of weeks ago, so I don't know where exactly it is on the process, but I support it. I talked to our chairman, Richard Forster, today, and he stated to me that he supported it.
Okay.
So I wrote Frank staff a little email saying that I would support this in regards to anything we could do to help a prevention of fire in our forest would be a good
And so
thing.
I think you said this is on private property as well, so people that have trees, like we said, we talk about the upcountry, and you're in the forest there, so if you have a large diameter tree, that affects you as well. You can't just take down that tree even though it might fall on your house.
Well, yeah, what you should do is check with I'm not telling people not to take down trees, but I will tell people before you take a tree down, if it's a big tree, check with your local.
I guess what I'm saying is has more, it's got to do with everything and not just Forest Service land.
Correct. I believe so it is, yes. It's the private forest land also, so, it pertains to that.
Okay. All right. And
the other bill, I don't know if you heard of, and I didn't mean to interrupt you or take your train of thought away, but AB 54, that's we call it a water bill. That's a bill that they're trying to enact LAFCO, Local Agency Formation Commission, to oversee some of the boundary lines in regards to private water entities. So depending on how the boundary lines go, that's another one that's on the horizon. There's been emails back and forth the last couple of days. Being a LAFCO commissioner, there's talk about that going forward, and what it's going to pertain to. Is it just going to pertain to the private water purveyors, or is it going to also pertain to public? So we have staff and we have legal people looking into that.
Okay, so RCRC's following that?
RCRC's looking into that. Cal LAFCO's looking into that. CSAC's looking into that. That's AB 54.
Okay. What other things do you sit on? What other?
I sit on many entities. I'm the state chairman for Cal LAFCO, Local Agency Formation Commission. Okay. I sit on our local ambulance board, board of directors. I'm chairman of our local LAFCO commission. I'm involved with our local Amador Fire Protection District. So there's many other boards. I sit with ATGA, Amador County, Amador Tuolumne Action Agency. I sit on ACTC, Amador County Transportation Commission. So there's just many hats that, as a supervisor, you have these other tasks that you have to do.
Right. That's true of all
the supervisors.
Right.
And, some of us sit on more of them. Some of them sit on less, but I'm also the alternate for CSAC, California State Association of Counties. Supervisor Boitano is the lead on that, and I'm his support or backup or alternate, whatever you want to call him. I sit on many legislative committees, legislative for Cal LAFCO, legislative for CSAC. So those are other committees that we sit on.
So you're involved in a lot of that, and let's see then a lot of process, understand
right.
those ideas.
Yeah, there is a lot of, California is very diverse, and so we have many things in the pipelines all the time in California, so. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, as I say, like you just don't show up every other week for the Board of Supervisors meeting.
Oh no. We have many various meetings. Yesterday morning I was up in Kirkwood. As you know, we're trying to bring power into Kirkwood.
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah. So I met with the company that's overseeing bringing the power in from across Cold Creek and Bear River. And so I was up there. And by the way, Tom, I'd like to tell everybody, we don't have too much snow up there, so we need more rain and more snow.
Right.
So if any of the people out there listening, if they have any powers to be, please, we need more rain and more snow, okay, especially up there.
Okay, and I think we have maybe some on our way.
Okay, well that's always a good thing, because if we could get those meadows up there with many inches of rain and many inches of snow, we're all happy.
And a good thing about being up here in the upcountry, we're going to be taking our break. I'll just kind of point out, we can use just about all the rain we can get or wet stuff, and since we're in kind of a terrain where it doesn't flood up here, no. I mean, we do get where the rivers come up and under
the creeks,
under really crazy weather conditions, they might come on up pretty far like they did back. We had a rerun of Jackson, almost in flood conditions, where we had the snowstorm with quite a lot of inches, followed only by the next day by a pineapple rainstorm that melted it all, which doubled the water volume overnight. So, but that happens about once every 100 years.
Yeah, I think the last time we got many inches of rain and snow was in '97. I think that was the year '97 when the creeks
if we get a chance, watch that on TSPN if you see it on a rerun. All right, and we're going to take a break, and then we'll be back with Supervisor Ted Novelli. Stay with us right here on TSPN.
You're watching Amador County's local television network, TSPN.